Hello guys and welcome to some AOR League Racing with GlaringChristof or Chris. Before we begin, this is my first ever league race with AOR. Like I said, I am so happy for them to let me have a chance here. We are three races in. Like I said, I missed the first two races but I signed up. But hopefully I can show you what I've been doing on F1 2016. I am using assists. I like to assist the assist league, the tier 1 league, but the only assist I'm using is medium traction and ABS braking. And as you can see, the racing line, but the race line doesn't really give you much difference to the performance of the car. But like I say here, this is the first qualifying lap that we did on fresh, super soft tyres and just normal fuel. Just getting to grips where the traction is, where all the braking points are, and see what a speed is in our first banker lap, really. Like I said, I'm not expected to be quick in this league. It's first. I am a rookie driver. Like I said, it's my first ever AOR race. So, like I'm saying, just seeing where my strengths and weaknesses are with this track. China's a hit and miss track, really, for me. I always had problems in that corner just then. For some reason, just the traction in that corner, I just didn't seem to get sometimes during the race, and especially this corner. When I get a good exit out of this corner, I just couldn't seem to find the traction anywhere. But this lap seemed a very nice and clean lap. Like I say, I'm not going to bore you all of my laps in qualifying. I'm just going to pick out this one, probably my best quality lap as well. Here we are in 8th gear, 215 kilometers an hour down to the braking point, all the way down. And there's a lot of I think there's a former champion in this league, league, so this year, this season really, it's season 13, and there's quite a lot of fast drivers that will do like high 134s in this race. So like I said, that was the first lap doing 136.5, and now we're going on. Like I said, this is lap 4. I think this is our best qualifying lap we did. Fresh tyres, low fuel. This lap just felt so much better than all the rest of the laps. Like I said, we are down in P12 at the minute, and like I said, look, we're up. We was up, and now we're down a lot. Somebody going slow there, probably just letting us through. But like I said, we are down in the first split, which was not good for us. But like I said, we pressed on, and we got faster and faster through the second sector and the last sector. Yeah, we sort of were cheeky and sort of got the slipstream of Mini Dude here. Like I say, get a good exit out of this corner, so that's where we've been losing a lot of the back end. We've got slipstream on Mini Dude as well, which helped a little bit. Like I said, rain in 5 minutes, but the qualifying session was over in 5 minutes anyway, so the rain didn't affect the race. I am using manual gears as well, so it's not auto gears. I manually do the gears. Like I said, Mini moves over because I don't think he was on a fast lap, but we was using his slipstream slightly, which was really good. Here we are, we're up by about 5/10 here, coming to the last corner. I think, yeah, this was our best lap, and I think it was, I can't remember what time it was really. Here we are, about 6/10 up, 5/10 up. And I think it was a 1:35.6, I think it was. It was not bad. It is a classification. Like I said, we're down in P11. We are just looking mainly just to score points this race. We're doing the 3-stop strategy in this race. Like I said, there's no weather issues, so we're going super soft, soft, and then mediums to the end. I tried to put mediums on the second one, but I just couldn't bother messing about with people waiting the race starting. But like I said, all we're focused on here is getting points. Trying to finish in the points paying positions and seeing if we get some good overtakes during the race and seeing what we can do. So here we are, all 24s on the grid. My teammate qualified, I think, down in P19, P8, P19, 20, something like that. My teammate qualified in. But here we are, start the formation lap. See where we go from there. Like I say, in Dab Rap, we have a couple of battles with him during the race. Quite good. Like I say, I will skip this and skip to the beginning of the race, or beginning of the formation lap. So my plan is for this race is keep it clean, try and keep it clean as I can. Try and get some good overtakes. Oh, I'm a bit mad on the warming the tyres up there. Try to clean overtakes. Try and get up the field as much as we can. Get track position. Just making sure we don't get any penalties on our end. Keeping it clean and everything. There we are. We're forming up for the beginning of this race. This is AOR China, Season 13, Race 3. See what we can do.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Here we are, going to 5, red light, here in China. And we're away. We get a decent start, keeping it a straight line. Everybody else seems to have got the same start as us. So we come down the first corner, braking hard. Just trying to keep it clean round the outside and the inside. Just going to keep it clean, not make contact with anybody. Somebody up my inside. Oh, there's McLaren there. Oh, somebody clipped my back end there. I felt the damage, but it's not spun us out that much, which is good. So like I said, got through the snail section. Coming down to the hairpin on turn 4. I was deciding to go try and go up the inside, but there's a collision there. There's a force in the off, and I think a Haas as well. It went round. We hold it on the outside of the McLaren, and we have to give places back because of the yellow flag. Give the places back, and here we are back into the race. We've dropped down to P12, so we've lost the position on the start. But like I said, we're trying to keep close with King Chip and Ardasher here. Ooh, we're trying to hold it around the outside of King Chip. We've stay better of it. But we decided to go inside and we clip King Chip and we slide. Our there. We tried to go inside of King Chip, which was a rash effort, which means we dropped down to P15. Talk about keeping it clean. That's not keeping it clean, is it, guys? So here we are. We've got to do not a recovery drive, but see if we can get into the point pin position of P10. But that's not the start that we wanted for us. That's not the start. Here we are. Moving on to back end of lap 2, we're starting to catch 2 Renaults up front. Like I said, we've slowly catching the Renaults over the past laps. Like I said, their pace wasn't very good compared to ours, so like I said, we were able to catch them up pretty quickly, especially down the straights and in the corners. So battling as well, partly in this race. So like I said, they're battling out to us. There's our teammate behind us in P15. Here we go, Captain Rage, or Mr. Rage, should I say? So we're going to try and stick it down the outside, but we tried against that. Try and get a good exit on Rage. Oh, there's a Ferrari in the way! I think that was a Maze OT, I think was spun. We got past Mr. Rage as well. He decided to pop in behind us. Right, so there's the Ferrari part on the exit of the last corner there, which was surprising for me of a Maze OT. Was one of the main leaders in this race. We decided I think we decided to pit here on lap 3 on super softs. But I think I should have pitted onto mediums, I think, but I decided to stick with the main strategy. So like I said, here we are, just another Renault of Charlie, I think it is. I can't see the preview box, yeah. Charlie 0412, we're just slowly trying to catch him, trying to keep it clean on these old super soft tyres. These super soft tyres go off pretty quickly in the race. They only last about 3 or 4 laps on here. So here we go. So we're slowly catching up to Charlie now. Amaze OT's behind us. I can feel Amaze OT's down on it. Like I say, he has got better pace than us in this race. So I think here he comes. I think he has Slipstream and DRS. I can feel him coming. I knew he would come. Like I said, the proximity error appears there. Like I said, we go defensive. He goes down the inside. We try and hold it down the inside. See if he gives him room. we slightly touch. We don't lose it that much, but like I say, we just couldn't get the traction. So we tried to keep up the inside of Maze OT. When it was Maze OT, and we dive into the pits, and I think we're going to set off super soft tyres. Got to brake, to get the pit limiter, which we do, and we're in. Like I said, it's been hectic first 4 laps. Like I said, we're down in P40, and it's not where we want to be. We want to be challenging in the points paying positions. Like I said, there, Jack Hopwood, the Williams driver, popped in as well. Like I said, we dropped onto the next set of Superstars. My strat was to go into mediums now, but I think with the engineer changes strategy, it changed it from mediums. So I remember initially putting it in. Now we're going to lap 8, where we start to catch up the next cars in front of us of Jack and EPT. Like I say, it's just a catch-up race. It's just trying to catch up, keeping the race clean, keeping it down. Jamie 193 is behind us, and I know he had the pace in this race, and he was catching us. He finished quite high up in this race at the end, I remember. But here we go, like I said, we've got 3 cars back. We've got Mr. Ray's, Jack Hopwood and EPT all battling in front of us. So we decided to get in on the action. Coming down now, our takes it to turn 3, going down to turn 4. And so we're saying we're going to softs. Next race, there goes Mr. Ray's, he goes off the Pete goes off the track. We try and get the corner, but we didn't see Jamie turn in and try and dive bomb us. So we absolutely turned on him on accident. I didn't mean to, and he span out. But here we are going up the inside of Jack Hopwood, trying to go around the outside of him, and he's just holding it there. Mr. Ray's going slowly on his old soft tyres. We've got up the inside of Mr. Ray's, but Jack Hopwood holds it there. Ooh, nearly an incident like we did with Kingship in the first lap, but we lose the traction again, absolutely lose it like mad. And we lose pace to Jack Hopwood and EPT. Told you, that corner that caught us out so much on the back of this race. Like I said, these tyres are slowly going off. Like I said, they only last 3 or 4 laps of super soft tyres. Like I said, we lost a considerable amount of time trying to catch up. So like I said, coming to the back end of lap 7, Kingship's always has been in the mirrors a long race. He started following us since the incident. Like I say, he's on the soft tyres now. It goes up the inside. We leave him in the room. We just caught him behind. Because like I said, we are going in the pits now, so there's no point racing Kingship. Because we were initially going in the pits, so now Kingship's going to carry on. And we dive into pits to go into some soft tyres now. Apparently got a corner cutting warning there for some reason. Don't know why I got a corner cutting warning, but here we go into the pits for our second pit stop onto the soft tyres. Right, so now let's say P14, like I said, I think the pit stops are slow, paying in our favour. Like I said, we are battling with people and we're getting good overtakes, but like I said, we're just trying to get that P10 is what we're wanting. Like I said, we're down into P16 at the end of that lap. So we've got 20 laps to go, so we're on to soft tyres now to the end. Like I said, now we're on lap 11. Like I said, look, it took us 3 laps before we start to catch up with the next cars. We've got Davrath and Mini Dude next cars, but we go up the inside of Davrath. We try and get up the inside, and we make it stick down into turn P11, in turn 11. So we're up to P12 now. We are chasing Mini Dude down. Davrath, I think, was on old tyres, so I'd say he couldn't keep up with us. So Mini Dude, we got trying to get good exit now after this corner, so we get the DRS down the slipstream. So we are in the slipstream on Mini Dude, in the dirty air out this corner, but we get a good exit. We get a really good exit. We're in the slipstream on Mini Dude now. We're going to get the DRS. The DRS opens now. And this, I think, I loved this bit. This, I think, was the best part of the race for me. We decided to go down the outside. We slow down, make it slow. We do the switchback move. He goes deep, defensive, and we get the traction down the outside of Mini Dude, and he can't defend from us into the last corner. We take P11 from Mini Dude, and that, I think, to be honest, I absolutely love that move. That was the best move of the race I did. Mini Dude tries to stay with us now down the back straight, but he doesn't have the pace, and I think we keep it into turn 1 and 2. That was absolutely brilliant for me. I absolutely loved that move. Like I said, we're looking now. We're going to say no. Lap 15, we're going to come into the pit. So we've got another 3 laps on soft tyres. I think now, yeah, coming to lap 15. So we are coming to the pits. We are in P10, and look who's behind us again. Kingship is behind us. So we got our pit stop, and we stupidly went in a bit too fast into the pits. But like I said, we're coming to our last pit stop. So Kingchip was behind us. So like now, so in this race now, Kingchip is our main rival for points. I know he's there, he's behind us, and we're trying to keep in contact with him. So like I said, now we've got to come in the pit and we've got to go and try and get in front of Kingchip. Because I know Kingchip's got one more pit stop left. I think his pit stop was to go on to soft tyres. So he was going to be on the faster tyre than us on the mediums. So here we go. That's it. All pit stops done now. It's a race to the end. Davrath is behind us. I don't think he caused any problems into the later on in the race. But here we go. I think we're chasing Charlie now. The Renault earlier, like I said, Kingchip is behind us. Like I said, so now our pit stop got us out in front of Kingchip. We're just coming out the pits now behind us on medium tyres by the look. So he's like us, but I think it's on fresh medium tyres. But here we are looking to move on Charlie. We look to go on the outside. We go outside him. Coming to the turn 4. We try the switchback move on Charlie. Trying to get it up the outside now. Trying to get the good traction. Here we go. Round turn 6, 5 and 6. He drops behind us and we take him over. But also if you watch the classification, Kingchip somehow gets past him there. It just changes, Kingchip gets past him. So I thought, yes, I've got a car between me and Kingchip. But that was it after that. Me and Kingchip had a 2-second gap between us up to lap 27 now. So these are the last 2 laps. That was it. It was just me driving for 10 laps. There were no cars with us, no cars behind. The only Kingchip 2 seconds behind. Like I said, we get a 3-second penalty for that. I don't know why. Strict corner cutting, it happens. So I knew Kingchip had a time penalty behind us, so I just knew I had to stay in front of him. I have to stay in front of him. Just try and keep a gap. Don't let him ever get in DRS range. Keep this clean. The tyres were going off at this point. I could feel them going. The traction was all over the place. Like I said, I couldn't keep the speeds in the corners as much as I wanted. Kingchip by about now, I think was about 1.4 seconds behind us. I'm just like, keep it clean. Come on, just keep the car on the track. Just slow throttle movements. Let's just keep it on the track. Kingchip is gunning us down. I was talking to him after the race. He was on rich revs. He saved 2 laps of fuel just to absolutely chase us down at the end. But like I said, first race, pressure somebody behind us. We go a slight bit onto the green grass, which loses traction. We go off into the gravel trap and into the barrier. Then we have to retire. I was absolutely frustrated. I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked. I was absolutely gobsmacked. I thought we're in P10, going for the point there, and we just lose traction on the run out onto the last bit. Our fault, lose traction, touch the grass, end up in the barrier, and we gave Kingchip the points. I couldn't believe it. We're on for a good race, good recovery race from the spin that we had at the beginning to try and finish in P10 in the points in our first race in AOR. Here we are. I think that was it. I really couldn't believe it. I was absolutely gobsmacked. But I think this is the eventual winner. We're on the board with the winner. I think it's Kyle 16 coming to the end. I just could not believe it. I was absolutely. I couldn't describe it. It was just so weird. But like I said, hopefully now, next race is Spain. Like I said, with missing Russia, because it's a shortened season with the announcement. Hopefully, we're trying to plan for the announcement 2017, F1 2017. It's a short season, so like I said, Russia's missed, so we'll go straight to Spain. But here we are, the classification. Mr. Kingchip actually finished 9th. I don't know what that was, unless somebody got massive penalties or somebody had to pit early. But Kingchip got 9th, Booker's down there. I couldn't believe it. Crashed out. But anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm going to bring plenty of AOR races. I'm planning on doing a quick career mode just to bump out till 2017. In 2017 we can start doing stuff properly. Like I said, I couldn't believe it. Absolutely gobsmacked. But hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe when I see more AOR racing in this league. See what happens this league. Get us pace and finish up higher. But all I can say, guys, is hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe and see more content. Like the video. Say you enjoyed it, and see you all guys later. Take care. Bye bye.